Hello folks, and welcome to another edition of The Sounding Board. Tonight we're going to talk about Shin Godzilla. But first, let's share a little bit of history. Godzilla was created in Japan in 1954 and appeared in Ishiro Honda's film, Gojira. And then when he came to America, the name was altered to Godzilla. They never expected Godzilla to be the iconic creature he is today. 29 films later from Toho, 3 Hollywood films, and Godzilla is still running strong. He has lived in our imaginations for years. What makes Godzilla this iconic character that's been immortalized as originally a villain, and as the film series progressed becomes a hero? And then as the film series progressed for a new generation, he became a force of nature. And then he became a hero again. And in every single thing, Godzilla tends to be fighting with allies or against allies or with monsters again and again. And we still gravitate to these films. There's a certain iconic feel to this monster that really draws us to this simple rubber-suited monster. One of the more interesting things with Godzilla 2 is the fact that Hollywood takes an interest to him. First with the Matthew Broderick Godzilla film, then with the updated Godzilla film, which just happened just recently, and then Skull Island, in which Godzilla is being led into fighting Kong. What is it that draws us to this monster? Because with Godzilla, Lionsgate Pictures want to start a whole monsterverse where Godzilla will fight all these iconic monsters or iconic monsters of his own. And what does that future hold for him? Let's look at other iconic stuff. Like Godzilla is predominant in comic strips, in comic books, in political comic strips even. And within these comic strips, both political comic books, Godzilla has fought many different adversaries. Adversaries you wouldn't see in the movies or that. Like Godzilla fought the Avengers. Godzilla has fought the red dinosaur creature from the Marvel Comics. He's even fought J. Jonah Jameson. Godzilla has appeared in animation too, in The Family Guy, The Simpsons. He's even had his own Hanna-Barbera show. He's also been in fan movies like Godzilla meets Bambi. After Godzilla met Bambi, there's also one more great challenge or competition Godzilla had to go against. And that was with Nike when Charles Barkley was faced up against in a game against. What does the future hold for Godzilla in films in America? It's hard to say. But overseas, let's see what they're doing. Now let's talk about the current Godzilla film. Godzilla Resurgence, or here in America known as Shin Godzilla. Produced by Toho and Cinebazaar, this is the third reboot to the Godzilla series. Shin Godzilla was released in 2016. The film was co-directed by Hideaki Anno and Shinji Higuchi. I hope I said the names right, not to offend any of you hardcore Godzilla fans, but us gaijins do not know quite how to say Japanese names correctly. The film found its inspiration from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster and the 2001 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami. Without giving any spoilers to the film, this Godzilla film was quite interesting in how they chose to approach Godzilla. He's not the normal force of nature you expect. We get to see a new aspect or direction of Godzilla. He's nuclear, but he's more in the supernatural element this time. A monster created by nuclear waste but not to the point that he's got some human elements to him, that he knows that he needs to protect mankind. This one is basically a force of nature doing what an animal does, just moving, existing, putting its place on the food chain. And going back to the supernatural element or scientific fantasy element of what can evolve, Godzilla even has mutations within himself now. And you wonder what direction they plan to go with this creature now, since he's not like the Godzilla we grew up with. He's not the Godzilla that started back in the 1954. This Godzilla has different elements, aspects going on. A whole new set of things happening. And maybe that's because it's from the creator of Neon Genesis Evangelion, and elements of that flow into the movie as well, right down to how the area is called Nerve, and they even have music that plays like the music from Neon Genesis Evangelion. This film won in Japan the equivalent of the Oscar. It was up for 11 awards and won 7 of them. It won Best Picture of the Year, Best Director of the Year, and is there a sequel in the making? Maybe in 2020. Or they might take the Godzilla in a whole new direction again. We will have to wait and see. This here is the Sounding Board signing off. Until next time.